Welcome to Roblox's moderation process in a nutshell. Imagine you've owned a house for 6 years, and for the past year and a half, you've been remodeling that house. Randomly, the police show up at your door and say that you are being arrested for building a nuclear reactor in your house. That's all that they tell you. You don't get what information about where or what in your house the suspected nuclear reactor is. You are immediately sent to court, and you attempt to defend yourself with the little information about what you are being prosecuted for. After you give your first defense, the judge then tells you what you were actually arrested for. The object they said was the nuclear reactor was your smoke detector that you haven't installed yet. This is illegal, since all the way back in 1994, a Boy Scout made a nuclear reactor with smoke detectors. In the country you live in, there's a law only allowing you to give one defense statement in court, and no more after that. The judge then immediately sentences you to life in prison with no parole before you can even begin to actually defend yourself. Okay, that might have not been the best analogy, but it's pretty close to what happened to me and many other Roblox players. First up, I want to thank you guys for the insane amount of support on my last video. 400,000 views and quintupling my subscribers in the span of a few days was definitely not on my foreseen bucket list, but it still happened. My mind still can't wrap around it, and I can't thank you guys enough. With the wonderful performance given earlier, I think you can assume that Roblox moderation has some problems that make it unjust, unfair, and maybe even unlawful. The biggest one is a combination of only allowing one appeal and not giving the user information about what they were banned for. I'm assuming most of you already saw my previous video about my account deletion, but basically, my account was deleted on the accusation of child exploitation. The only information they gave me was the category of that offense, and then the offender was the asset ID of my whole game. This obviously is not helpful at all, since they could be talking about so many things. Was it the front page of my game? Or the hundreds of assets in the game? Scripts? Bob? I don't know. Not knowing what it is also does not help the appeal process, and leaves me with two choices. The first is to give some broad explanation about how my game doesn't have any child exploitation, which will highly fail since they know the exact offender, and I wouldn't be able to give context or an argument to it. The second choice is to admit and remorse for whatever action they are accusing me of, and hoping that they give me some second chance. This is probably the highest chance to getting unbanned, but also the worst to your dignity, since you are literally falsely admitting to whatever bullshit they throw at you. Either way, the result will most likely be the same. They will respond with some generic copy-paste, and then they will tell you what they're banning you for, and then also be unprofessional with outdated terminology and broken links. Then, with any other appeals you try to make with the actual information provided to you, will then be ignored, and that's the problem. They provide you with a broken and rigged appeal process, and then no possible way to escape. So, what are things that Roblox can do to fix their rigged system? The first, easiest, and most crucial one is actually giving the user the exact information about what they're being banned for. Just giving the asset ID of a whole game and providing some broad community standard without even specifying which one of the points they're being banned for is purposely withholding information from the user and affecting their appeal greatly. Just this change alone, I think, will make the appeal process feel less rigged. And it's easy, as we've seen that Roblox already has the information about the exact offender instance. The second fix is to allow more than one appeal. I get why they only allow one appeal. You don't want a little Timmy who got banned for spamming the N-word complaining about their mute multiple times. But in the case of permanent account deletion, I think there should be some freeway for those cases. Or, even better, that wouldn't even be necessary if the moderators actually read your appeal, if an AI isn't already instantly denying it. It is obvious that moderators do not read these appeals. The amount of people that have gone to my DMs with genuine cases that should have been resolved but got ignored or denied is sickening. But yeah, there are so many ways that Roblox can make their appeal process better, and some that are easy, but for some reason Roblox ignorantly doesn't provide to the user. Will they ever fix the appeal process? Probably, but not anytime soon, as they're too busy making money. But A man can dream. The big question that I've been asked constantly ever since this video was released was, are you unbanned? And I'm fortunate to tell you guys that nothing has changed. I've also had tons of comments telling me to make more appeals. After I got banned and my first appeal was denied, I made a second appeal, and that was ignored, and I think I covered that in the last video. After making the video, I've now done a third appeal, which was replied to as you would expect, with a copied paste denial. And I also was ghosted after that too. So at this point, the chances of me getting my account back are slim to none. Another thing that I wanted to do here was to give more context to this mysterious van that got my account permanently deleted. Almost all the comments on the video were supportive and you guys were great, but man, were there some brain dead people. Reiterating what I said in the last video, this asset was not made by me. I got this asset from the toolbox. Speaking of the toolbox, all of the other vans are still up 3 months after my van. Oh sorry, almost 4 months now. It seems Roblox loves banning developers that use public assets that they moderate, but don't ban or remove the ones that make it. Besides that, this van was also just a placeholder asset like all the other cars that I'd placed down and forgot about. If you read the game mode idea that I provided in the last video, you would know that I was going to have a clown car spawn the clown version of zombies. As in my game, there's an event where zombies can spawn, so I was basically just going to reskin the zombie. However, I couldn't find any clown car, so I settled with dragging this van down as a placeholder asset, nothing more, nothing less. You also may have noticed that the background footage here is of my game, and there are actual players that aren't just my cousin. Yes, I hosted a public playtest for the game, and I'd love to see you in the next playtest that I'll host, so make sure to join the Discord server, link in description. Alright, that's enough of this rant, let's move on to more rants! Alright, I was going to include some more rants about moderation problems I've had in the past, but I've been editing this video for almost 2 months now, and I kind of want to be done, so let's just move on to... I'd say one of the positives of my ban is that I was able to meet some of you guys who had similar or even worse Roblox moderation problems. A common theme that I saw with these child exploitation bans was that Roblox didn't give the user any information at all. It seems I was at least blessed to at least get the asset ID of my whole game, but some people got absolutely nothing. Getting an account deleted for uploading audio really surprised me, as when I and almost everyone else that I've seen that has gotten an audio removed, it's mostly just a warning. At this point, Roblox might be going crazy, as even if there were past occurrences, a temporary ban at most should have been the limit. Now, we get into one of the worst situations I've seen. This is a developer who had over 1.2 million Robux generated from working on games and contributed to about 10 million visits. It's a case where a sibling got access to the account and said some questionable things, and instead of warning or a temporary ban, their account got deleted. Even after appealing and giving their story of how they were away to see a sick family member, and even taking responsibility for something they didn't even do, Roblox literally wiped their ass with the appeal. This 100% should have been a temporary ban, and the crazy thing is, it was! They changed the 3-day ban into an account deletion, and also changed it from harassment to child exploitation to child endangerment. The Roblox moderation team is all over the place. The incompetence is crazy. By the way, 1.2 million Robux equates to around $16,000 in USD. This once again shows the incompetence of Roblox moderation and how they will not read your appeal. Even if you make Roblox money, unless you have a giant following, they do not care. Alright, I'm kind of getting sick of Roblox moderation. Let's end off with some We are now at the end, and I can finally stop editing. I want to give a shout out to someone who's been helping me in the background lately, and you guys can probably guess for what, with what I'm going to tell you. Goldencowboy has posted lots of great and detailed information about your legal rights as a Roblox user, and how you can potentially fight back if you get your rights violated by them. I have some links in the description down below, and this can be a great source for anyone and their Roblox moderation problems. I also want to once again thank you guys for all the support on my previous video, and for all the OGs throughout my whole channel's lifespan. I'm now able to actually earn revenue from creating videos, and that's all thanks to you guys, and it would have never happened without you. The support even went as far as some of you guys finding the playlist of the music for my game, and it really caught me off guard when I listened to the playlist one day and saw a song that had about 5 likes randomly have 65 likes instead. Y'all are crazy, and I can't thank you enough. Make sure to join the Discord server, subscribe, follow my Twitch, comment how much you hate Roblox support, or anything else you feel like doing. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.